Let's take a look at 10 odd, unusual Star Wars figures released in other countries. Welcome back to the Junk Room, everybody. It's me, the Junkman, coming back at you with another video. What are we going to do today? Well, first I'm going to tell you that all t-shirts, like this Kenny Roasters t-shirt, is on sale for only $13. If somebody quits texting me, I should put that on mute before I start the videos, right? Anyway, all shirts at Junkman merch this weekend are on sale for $13. Depending on when you watch this video, of course. Junkmanmerch.com. So what are we going to talk about today? Well, we're going to look at 10 kind of unusual items from the vintage Star Wars collection that were released in other countries. And by other countries, I mean not in the U.S. Let me check that text message. Hold on. Okay, back. Sorry about that. It's not very professional, I know. Well, I'm not a very professional guy. So let's get started. We all know about the Power of the Force figures that came with a coin. Over in Japan, they didn't carry the Power of the Force figures, and those poor kids, not only did they get PP in their Coke, they also got no Power of the Force coins. Almost. The Star Wars toy company over there had a good plan. They took the Return of the Jedi action figures, glued a Power of the Force coin onto the Power of the Force card, and shrink wrapped it so no one would peel the coin off at the store, and sold it to kids. So kids were happy. Although they didn't get any Power of the Force figures, they still got the Power of the Force coins. These are extremely rare, so if you happen to see one, pick it up. Now let's look at this bilingual French card released up in Canada. You know Canada, Captain Foley country. The first 12 figures were released in Canada on the 12-back card and looked just like the US card. But that was against bilingual laws in Canada. So the 12-pack was changed and they added a huge French pyramid logo at the bottom. But by Series 2, they removed the French logo to the back of the card. I wonder if that Captain Foley from Trek Yards is related to Dave Foley, a pro from Canada. Anyway, let's move on. Let's take a look at a figure that we all get wrong. Is it a Death Star Commander? Is it a Death Squad Commander? Is it a Star Destroyer Commander? I can't keep up. In most countries, the action figures were sold in a mixed pack. But in France, until 1982, toy buyers could order the figure that they needed, and 8 figures would come in the case. This figure you see here is still in its sealed case today, and it's one of the few examples. This one had been ordered for a summer camp to give away to the kids, so they wouldn't fight over who got what figure. They just gave them all the same figure. But for some reason, the camp was canceled that year, and these figures were boxed away. And this one was found years later. Now it belongs in the arms of Star Wars collector Gus Lopez. What doesn't that guy have? Let's take a look at the Italy card and see what they call 3PO and R2. Believe it or not, they had a different name over there. On the Italy card, C3PO was called D3BO, and R2D2 was released as C1B8. That's just crazy right there, isn't it? That's just crazy. Let's look at a 3-pack. Now, we've seen 3-packs and 8-packs and 2-packs and all that with figures in it. But this one's a little different. Released in Germany, kids got 2 figures and a mini rig. As you can see here, it came with 2 different Klaatu figures. And right in the middle, the one-man sail skiff. I don't know why they didn't release this in the U.S. It makes sense to sell this skiff and you get 2 figures with it. Genius. Klaatu, I don't know. Let's talk about an action figure that came with a comic book. Or would that be a comic book that came with an action figure? YPS was a series of German comic books that came with an extra toy. And one of those extra toys in 1980 was a Hof Trooper. The figure is a little different than the release figure. The holes on the cape are cut rounder and his legs are further apart. The main difference is the gun. He comes with a non-Star Wars gun that looks more like it was from G.I. Joe. However, there's been reports that some of these did come with the normal gun. If you're looking to buy one, be extremely careful. A lot of people sell the comic book with a normal Hof Trooper for a quick payday. Now let's talk about Lillylad. So you guys in the comment section can tell me I pronounced it wrong. And this was probably the coolest of everything on this list. I really like this one here because the card is so different. Rather than use a character photo, they used a photo from the Empire Strikes Back poster. And you think they would, okay, they showed the poster on the card, that makes sense. No, they just picked one area of the poster, blew it up, and put it on the card. Take a look. 10 figures were released on this card, and these are rare. I looked for over 3 minutes on Google and I only could find one of these that had the figure on the card. This Yoda right here. Every other sample I could find was a loose card. We've seen a 3-pack with a mini rig. The other day we talked about a 2-pack at KB. And now we're going to talk about a 4-pack. Lillylad sold a Return of the Jedi 4-pack. And unlike most of the other packed figures, these came on their same card, just in a 4-pack box. It's a nice little sight to see this tri-logo box. I like the look of it. Lillylad, Little Laddie, I don't know, whatever this toy company's called, they released Star Wars cards that were just a little odd. As you can see, the photo of the characters on these cards looked a little more airbrushed or a little more darker. When you compare them side by side by the normal release, you can really tell the difference. But what makes this card really odd is the back of it, where it shows the checklist of the action figures you could get. It looks like a negative image. So odd to put on the back of the card. And let's look at one more, although this one's more of a miss card. It was so cool and different I had to talk about it. Check out this Klaatu. By just looking at it, it looks like a normal figure. But look closer. It has 2 staffs. Oh my God, 2 staffs. What a lucky kid. And you're thinking, that's no big deal, who cares? But look a little harder. It's kind of hard to tell in these photos, but that's not just 2 staffs. It's 2 bubbles. What happened is the figure was placed on the card, a bubble was placed over the figure with its staff, and then somehow another bubble was placed over that figure with another staff inside that bubble. Talk about double bubble trouble. Well, that's a look at 10 unique foreign releases. And by foreign, I mean outside the U.S. Hope you enjoy this. Let me know in the comments below. Did you know about these? Did some of these you didn't know about? Or are you like, Junkman, this is old. I know about these for 20 years. Let me know all that and more in the comics. Why did I say comics? Let me know all that and more in the comments. And until the next video, thumb up so I know you like my content, subscribe to the channel, and we'll talk again.
Junkman. Thank you, sir, for that unsolicited testimony.